Well, hi, I'm John Hart. Welcome back to Mr. America Hart. And today's a special day because I have a special guest with me right here. I'm about to introduce him in a moment. Let me get to it. Today's video is about your best gains over 50. Now listen, you all know every time I say an over 50 video, I really mean over 40 or 50, you know, that age range, right? Where people think that things fall off. Well, what's so unique about my guest today, Lyle Weber, right here.
It's actually Weaver, John.
Man, Lyle. Work with us here, okay? Lyle's not from here originally, okay? Where are you from, Lyle?
I'm originally from South Africa.
Okay. Yeah. Now, Lyle, welcome to the show, by the way.
Thank you, John. Thank you for having me.
So, Lyle is a financial genius, okay? I've been following Lyle's channel, and I had the great blessing of knowing his wife. And so, I didn't even know at first, okay, until they had this wonderful channel, until I looked it up and started following it, subscribed, of course. So listen, I'm going to put his channel across the bottom of the screen right here. We're talking about your best gains. Today's about financial best gains, past 40 and 50. This is a gift show for you guys, okay? A lot of you that are out there right now, you're financially set. We know you are, okay? And that's great. Lyle has some things for you. Some of you who are out there, a lot of you who are out there, over 40, over 50, you're not financially set. You're not near financially set. You've not set anything financially. You have nothing set, okay? Lyle has a lot for you today as well. So what we're going to do, Lyle, what we're going to do today,
yes, sir.
Right? I'm going to ask you, give our listeners. So first I want to make an analogy with you guys before we even go on. Before I say, Lyle, give our listeners. As a trainer, I come across so many responsible adults, supposedly, that, you know, a husband has a great family, a wife, 3 or 4 kids. You know, I experience this a lot. And in my line of business, I'm quick to ask them about their physical health. When's the last time you had a physical? A simple physical, blood work, all of that. It always amazes me when these supposedly responsible individuals tell me they don't remember or they haven't had one. And I talk to them and say, why are you burying your head in the sand? I mean, it's foolish.
It is.
It's foolish. Yeah. So when I ask them this question and we straighten things out and say, listen, you need to get your head out of the sand and start making moves towards better health. It's a long-term investment. Not only that, they have a family at home they're responsible for, okay? So if I'm speaking and it's resonating with any of you guys out there right now, on the physical end, great, go get a physical. But everything still applies on the financial end. Both Lyle and myself have come across people in their 40s, in their 50s, that are completely unprepared, head in the sand, still working paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Okay? No savings, not even $1,000 saved. No investments, nothing invested, paying rent where they're at right now. So we want to help you out today. Okay, so we're going to get right to it today now, Lyle. I wanted to ask you, first of all, give me your top 3.
John.
Your top 3. Oh, let me finish my sentence. I know it's a little bit, jumping the gun here. Top 3 hot tips for our over 40, over 50 crowd to have the best gains they could possibly have. That's what my channel's about, getting the best gains, okay? Most intense, best gains with the shortest, smallest amount of investment, okay? Yeah. That's the way it's got to be. Because they know I'm the higher intensity guy, giving the most I can, right? Pull the trigger.
There we go.
Right? And get the biggest bang, biggest return for our buck. Yeah. So make that for us, Lyle. The top 3 you can give us, just take your time and give me a little, maybe a 1-minute elaboration on each one.
Okay, so before I get to that, this is something that you touched on about people not knowing the state of their health and the physical. And it's the exact same thing when it comes to money. I ask people, how much are you saving? What do you have saving? If you had an emergency, what are you going to do? And they don't know. I ask a simple question like, do you know what savings rate your bank is giving you? And they don't know. So they are saving at a bank that's giving them 0.0003%, where there are banks out there, online banks, which might give you 3 or 4%. Why not bank with them? So I just wanted to share that real quickly.
Good.
So the top 3 things that I would do if I was in my 40s or in my 50s and I needed to make some extra cash, thinking of retirement in the future, right? or as I call it, repurposement, because I believe that we don't retire, we can just repurpose what we are doing. So,
Quick question before you get into number one. Question. So when we talk about that, I know, having met with my own financial advisor a few years back, that they were talking to me about either downsizing or cutting back on things as a way of increasing my investment amounts or making more money, right?
Yeah.
So those are like the two main ways of going about doing things.
Those are the two ways. And yes, while you can reduce your expenses, you can only cut this much. So if I'm going to cut $100, maybe I can invest that money. But what I prefer to do is to help people think about the opportunities that they have to increase their income.
Ooh, I like that.
So you've got a goal in mind. So some of us want to have $1 million saved up when we get to the age of repurposement or retirement. Others might say we're fine with 500,000. But do you know what you want and if you're married, what your spouse wants? What is the type of lifestyle that you want to live? Do you want to find yourself in a position where you can still do in 20 years' time what you're able to do now? So if you're going on vacations now, why should you have to cut back when you reach the age of 60 or 65? So how do we shorten the gap, right? So if you say, okay, but it's impossible for me to get to that $500,000 mark in my investment account,
right?
What can I do? I can only reduce my expenses by this much. What you need to do is increase your income.
I like that a lot, because there are certain habits that we have by 40 or 50 that in that age range that we don't necessarily want to feel the restriction or the pain of restriction. And it's easier in my mind to increase or to, I still have that drive to do more. I can still do more, give more. So I like this. What's number one? What do you got for us?
So the first thing that I would say is we need to be monetizing our knowledge, right? If you are in your 40s, 50s, even beyond that, you've lived life. There are people that are younger than you that are going through what you've gone through. You've got the answer to their problem. You've achieved certain milestones in your life, so why not monetize that? And you might say, but how do I go about doing this? There are lots of avenues, and two that I think are the easiest. Number one is to create an online course or a coaching program where you take your knowledge and you identify what does person A need to do in order to get from A to B. Right. So in your case, if I am somebody that wants to lose 50 pounds, what should I be doing, John? So I need to be doing this and then that and then that. Sometimes we overcomplicate these steps, but just make it plain. People want a quick fix, but they want a solution, right? So if I
could start a YouTube channel, or I could go and start a website, make my own do-it-yourself website on Wix or something, right?
Exactly. Not complicated. The other thing that you can do is, if you don't feel comfortable being on camera, is writing a book. And you can easily just put it down on a piece of paper or type it out on your computer and start selling that, whether it's on Amazon. You can even sell it on your own website if you've got your own website. So monetize your knowledge. The second thing which you could do is you could make use of delivery services like Doordash. And while that's not going to make you thousands of dollars or lots of money, you might say, I'm getting close to retirement. I've got this little gap. I'm going to have 40,000 available for me, but I need 50,000 to be able to maintain my lifestyle. You might be able to do something like DoorDash, where you are able to deliver groceries or whatever people need a few times per week for a few hours a week. So I'm not talking about working a 40-hour-a-week job. It might be 3-4 hours a week or 5 hours a week, because you just don't want to be laying at home all the time. So you're going to be doing something, right?
Yes. Now, pause on that one. Pause on number two. Okay, I don't want to rush this too fast, because I had a thought about number one. Back on number one.
Okay. Go for it.
Monetizing the knowledge. I trained a plumber out in LA before I moved from LA to Texas, here in Texas. And I remember talking to him about this. I had a problem with under one of our sinks, and he was describing to me what to do. He said it's an easy fix. And my answer to him was, why don't you just make a video and call yourself like the plumber, or anything like that? Just make a great video about all these simple fixes. Because I go online on YouTube,
same here,
and I search all of these things that I want to fix around my house. Why don't you guys just monetize your knowledge? There's something you know how to do, simple things that you have fixed, or simple things that you have put together, or drawn up, or given as a gift to a family member. Maybe you know how to make gifts. Whatever it is. We just went through the Christmas, Thanksgiving, Christmas holiday, right? So we're at this point where people gave gifts. Maybe it's having unique gifts, but you know how to make them even. personalize them, make videos about that, monetize your video, your YouTube channel, just like I have on mine. And that could help. Okay, so we went with monetizing your knowledge. I just wanted to expound on that a little bit more. It was worth doing.
Yeah.
And then the second one, of course, was Doordash.
Or whether it's Uber or driving somebody around. So you've got time on your hands to be able to do these sort of things. And again, it's not going to make you lots of money, but it might be able to make you the money that you need in order to fill that gap.
Now, and excuse me again, so the Doordash, if they don't want to meet people all day long, you can just deliver food all day.
You can just deliver food and drop it off at the door.
Right, you don't have to talk to anybody.
You don't have to talk to
long.
anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have that option, and if you want to meet people and talk to people, you can always do the Uber or
good point.
Uber or the other. I don't remember the name of the other.
Yeah, the other.
But Uber, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, and then the final one, and a lot of people don't know about this, is called Taro or Turo, depending on how you want to name it. And what this is, it's like the Airbnb for cars. So I know lots of people that have 2 vehicles, some even 3. And quite often it just stands at the house, right? Because they're either working completely remotely or the one spouse doesn't work and the other one goes to the office from time to time. So you've got the spare car at the house. Why not put it to work? So you can actually take your vehicle, right? A lot of people don't know about this.
Come on!
So you can take your vehicle, sign up with Curotaro, and somebody is looking to rent a vehicle when they are in Fort Worth. Why not use my car, right? And I can make some extra cash, especially if my car is just standing at the house. And you might be saying, but what about insurance?
That's
My insurance is never
What about
gonna,
insurance? What
never
about
gonna accept
liability?
it. Well, they've got you covered. There's insurance and everything covered as part of the package. So they take their little cut, similar to Airbnb, but you don't have to worry about insurance as long as your car is reliable. And if you go onto their website, there's a whole host of different types of cars, everything from luxury cars to a Suburban to a SUV, crossover, sedan, you name it, you can find it. And quite often, you can get it at better rates than what you can through one of the main car rental places. Okay? And that's something I would definitely consider doing, guys, because especially if you've got a car that's just standing there, why should it stand there? When we are older in life, we should be looking at income generating assets. Your car could be an asset that's generating your income as opposed to just being something that stands, quote unquote, idle, not making you money.
I love that. I love that. That's beautiful. You got anything else for us? You gave us 3 good ones right there. Okay.
Yeah, and then I've got a bonus point for the audience, if you guys don't mind.
Lay it on us.
If you find yourself working at a particular organization and they offer a 401k, or if you're in a nonprofit industry, a 403b, where you can contribute towards your retirement, and they've got the match, right? You got to maximize it. You have to take full advantage because that's free money. They are encouraging you to participate in the employee retirement fund, and in turn, they're going to give you a particular portion towards it, or they're going to pay a particular percentage, right? Sometimes it could be 1 for 1. Sometimes it could be for every 4% you put in, they'll give you 4%. And sometimes it goes even higher than that. I worked at a place one time where it was 7.5% that I put in, they'd put 7.5% in. Another place, it was up to 10%. Did I take advantage of it?
Yes.
Yeah. I have to. It's free money. Man, so they are helping me get to my goal of being able to stop working one day in the future, to spend more time with my family, and to continue the lifestyle that I want to live.
Man, Lyle. Okay. So look, guys, I just want to point this out to you right now, okay? Lyle's giving us his time. I want you all to go ahead and check out his channel, at Lyle Weber. Yeah. That's the way he likes to say it, okay? It's going to be, as you see it across the screen right here. I wanted to read off to you a couple of titles because on his channel, I get caught on some in particular. One of them, he mentioned writing a book, an ebook. The one that jumped out at me was how to write an ebook for free and make $500 a month.
Easy.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's easy.
And listen, he gives so much information in this video. It's a slightly longer video, but it's worth the listen. So if you're interested in such a thing, you have the ability to write, okay, put it to use. Put it to great use. Another one, investing for beginners. I like that one, okay? That one was great, okay? Investing for beginners. For any of y'all who have not been starting or even been keeping up with what you should be doing up by 40 plus, 50 plus, this is the place to start. And then lastly, how to get out of debt fast. Why do we say that? I'm throwing the notebook away. Why do we say that? Because we know a lot of y'all are in super debt, okay? That's not the way to go, okay? The borrower is slave to the lender. We're not going to, hammer you over the head about that right now. I know Lyle doesn't with me when we talk about these things. It's just important that you understand, okay? Getting that debt out frees you up.
Totally.
It frees you up, and it increases, another way of increasing your income, okay? So listen, Lyle's channel. This man has been a wealth of knowledge. I know that when I started on YouTube, people made fun of me because I had 1 or 2 videos start to shoot up really well that first year, and there were some wise guys out there that said, "Oh, who is this guy? He's only got 1.7K subscribers like this." Well, you know what? That didn't mean much. Okay, what that meant was the person watching this was basing what they thought of me on how many subscribers I had. They didn't know how long I had been involved in this or how much time I invested in it yet. Okay. When you see this man, take my word for it, the information he's giving you is amazing, okay? He's advised us correctly as well. And I want you guys to give it that kind of a look, okay? Some of your videos, I'm surprised, have not gone super like this, but we know what happens on YouTube.
We do.
And I can expect that they are going to go that way. So please, go ahead and give Lyle a shot. Check out his channel when you get the chance. Lyle, I want to thank you for coming by once again.
Thank you, John.
And, I want you back again in the future. Maybe we'll get some good content going. If you all have any questions, comments down below, give them, direct them right at this man. He'll jump on immediately after we get this video up to answer your questions. And then later on, if you have any ideas on any subject matter you'd like to hear from him on, he'll either do a video on his channel for y'all, and you can go and see it there. Maybe he'll come on back and visit me here. And that's it today. From my heart to you, thank you so much. And thank you for Mr. America Heart. Appreciate you very much. See you soon.